Who is the most important person in the world? Your mom? Your sibling? Your child? If your answer wasn't, I am the most important person in the world, you should definitely stick around for this video. Hello and welcome to Serene Curricula, a place where women transform into the version of themselves that they aspire to be. Now let's begin. If you actually care about stepping into your feminine energy, there's no way you can achieve that without focusing on yourself. We're going to discuss a couple of traits that are associated with being in your feminine energy and how neglecting yourself can interfere with each of them. Nurturing, I would argue, is one of the most popular traits inherently associated with feminine energy. We all know that the feminine energy wants to help, wants to give emotional support, wants to make people feel comfortable, wants to check up on people, wants to show up when she is needed. But if she keeps on giving and giving, she doesn't have any more to give from a place of love, and all that's left is given from a place of resentment. Listen, you can't be harboring those kinds of heavy negative feelings and then be in your feminine energy. It doesn't work that way. You have to focus on yourself and fill up yourself first till it overflows and then give to others from that overflow. And I'm going to tell you something that you might not really like. Those things and those people that you're trying to meet up their needs, if something should happen and you are no longer available to do it, they will find a replacement to get that thing done. Nobody's indispensable. No this and no peace. I am not trying to tell you to be an unloving person. No, absolutely not. Doing that is a core part of feminine energy. This seamlessly links us to number 2 trait, which is magnetism. Let me tell you something. If you pour into yourself, others want to pour into you too. You might be under the delusion that the more you do for others, the more others want to do for you too. And that is not how it works. The more you do for others, the more that they think that they are important, and that is why you're doing what you're doing for them. And on the contrary, the more that you do for yourself, they see you as someone who is important, and then they want to do things for you too, in turn. That is what the feminine trait of magnetism is. You attract people into your life who do things for you. People want to be around you. People want to help you. People want to make your life much easier. All because you decided you are a priority. You want to focus on yourself. You want to pour into yourself. And listen, I'm not just talking about your external appearance. That absolutely plays a role. But I'm also talking about your inner world. What is the state of your inner world? There is no way you can have your inner world in order if you don't focus on yourself, because you have to know yourself. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to establish a relationship with yourself and know, okay, these are the things in my world, in my mind, that I have to sort out. These are the things that I like. These are the things that I don't like. This is my identity. And knowing that, being clear about that, makes people just so magnetized to you. Because most people actually don't have this, and people want what they don't have. When you focus on yourself, you become your true self instead of what others are expecting you to be. You're no longer an avatar. And it breeds this intrigue in people. People are fascinated by you because it's not so common anymore. People find you mysterious, and all of this is feminine energy magnetism because you chose to focus on yourself. The more people are magnetized to you, the more people want to give to you. And that leads us to the next trait, which is receiving. The feminine energy woman is receptive, but if you can't focus on yourself, you will never find yourself worthy of receiving what you're given by life and by people. You become hyper-independent and begin to neglect yourself. You have been living in this proven doing, plan, and managing, controlling energy which is outer directed. But when you step out of this and you move into your feminine energy, you focus on yourself, you're open to receiving gifts, abundance, compliments, help. And you can start by doing these things for yourself and then extending it and receiving, extending, the cycle and receiving it from others. We don't even receive all these things from ourselves in the first place, talkless of receiving them from others. So we have to focus on ourselves, have gratitude, and be open to receiving in order to boost our feminine energy. Next feminine energy trait that you can enhance by focusing on yourself is boundaries. And I know boundaries may seem a bit rigid and masculine, but actually no, it's very, very feminine. It's a way that you can protect your feminine energy by. Think of the way you feel in your body when you are triggered. You feel this wave of anger, stress, a lot of negative and heavy emotions passing through you, which of course is not feminine, because when you're thinking of the feminine energy, it's more of a flowy, a relaxed, a more of playful energy and vibe. So if you want to protect that playfulness, that wave of, positive vibes that comes with the feminine energy, you have to set up boundaries by focusing on yourself. You have to be so aware to the point that when a boundary is about to be crossed, you know how to place that wall. And you also have to be aware of the situation and which of the tactics of boundary setting you're going to apply in what situation. Also, not everything needs your reaction. In some cases, the way of setting a boundary is simply stepping away and taking yourself away from the situation, especially when things are not worth your peace of mind, what's spoiling your entire day for. Just withdraw from the situation. Of course, there are other methods of setting boundaries, and depending on the person and the situation and who has the upper hand, there are different ways of doing that, but I'm not going to get much into that in this video. But setting a boundary definitely protects your feminine energy, and setting a boundary needs you to focus on yourself first. And the last feminine energy trait I'm going to discuss in this video is presence. Think of yourself in an external setting. Maybe you go for an event or a hangout with a group of friends, and you're just thinking about what they are thinking about you, instead of thinking about how you're feeling, about how the whole thing is going on, about whether you're having fun. You're just so focused on, do they think I'm awkward? Do they think my dress looks some kind of way? Am I laughing when I'm supposed to laugh? Am I giving the right answer when I'm being asked a question? This is all outer directed instead of inner focused. And when you're doing that, people can actually pick up that something is off about you. But when you're so focused on yourself, focused on how you're feeling while you're there, do I want to be here in the first place? Am I enjoying the company of these people? Am I enjoying the activity that's going on right here in this moment? That is presence, and that is feminine energy. The feminine energy woman does things in the moment for the experience as she is doing it. You also have to exit survival mode. You cannot be in survival mode and be present, because if you're in survival mode, you're always thinking about the future. You're always thinking about what is going to happen. You're always thinking about how to fill up every single empty space in your life. All of that is outer directed, and to be present, you have to be inwardly directed. And that is how you boost your feminine energy, by focusing on yourself. I hope you found this video useful to you, and I hope you're able to apply it in your life. And remember, life happens in the process of becoming, so enjoy the process, enjoy your life. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.